Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the WWE Report for TLC 2016 pay-per-view post-show recap. And very quickly, I'm going to jump right into the main event just for a second. Why the fuck did Ellsworth help AJ Styles when he didn't need help? He had the match won. I love WWE logic. AJ was on top of the ladder, reaching for the title. Here comes Ellsworth, and eventually he was going to help AJ Styles, but why the fuck would he need him if he was already going to win? I know it's just WWE logic. It was just to trick us and all that. But we'll get to main event later. I just thought that was funny. And why is he there to help AJ when AJ had the match won? You know. Anyway, joined by always the co-host, Bill Show. What's up?
How's it going, sir? That pay-per-view was something else, man. Glad to be back on it. Glad to crank out another Team B report, man. Here's good. Glad to be able to get back after another pay-per-view and jump back into it. But, yeah, man, I'm doing good. How about yourself? How you doing?
Just thinking about Alexa Bliss naked in my shower. That's about it. That'd be so nice right now. Whew, man. Makes everything worth it. You can get a chick like that. Makes it all worth it. And she won the title. I was hoping so. I like that because you never know what can happen in a table match. You know, she just pushed Becky and Becky went right through. And it makes sense because you never know what could happen in a table match. It's kind of unpredictable in that sense. You know?
Right. Oh, yeah. I was pretty good.
But I liked how I know I'm fucking random with the match order, but I like how Alexa Bliss was body slamming Becky on an upside down table and shit. I never seen nothing like that before. That was some interesting stuff right there. And not JBL, but one of the commentators was like, I don't think the table's going to break that way, but that's a good way to use it, you know, because the table's upside down and she's body slamming Alexa Bliss. It ain't going to break that way, honey. And she gave her a vicious DDT. Alexa Bliss gave Becky a vicious DDT on that table upside down. That was brutal. That was a nice spot, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But no, see, the only I watched the majority of the pay-per-view. The only match I missed was the Ziggler Miz match, because I can't watch that because it makes me physically and emotionally sick to watch them too.
You missed this happened. It was an awesome match.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm just tired of them. But I love the last match I seen with them two was with the Spirit Squad ran out there and all that. I love Maurice though, but other than that, I mean, that's where I stopped. I missed that match. That's the only one I missed. But starting off with the pay-per-view, we had the tag team match, the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, taking on Rhino and the other guy. He's Slater and Rhino. Good team. And as I predicted, the Wyatt family won. Orton and Bray won. But it was a quick match. It was what? 5 minutes or 5-minute match or so. And I understand there's time restraints and they always rush one match, but don't rush the tag team championship match. Rush a women's match or something. No, I'm not being sexist, but rush a match is not that relevant, like Nikki Bella and Cameron. That could have been like your 3-minute match, you know. Get their Total Diva highlights.
Oh, yeah, man. The match, I thought the match was decent. I knew that they were going to pretty much Bray and Randy were definitely going to outshine Slater and Rhino, because if you listen to the commentary on the show, they were basically, you know, saying they've got to pull something out of their hat we've never seen before for them and able to get over, because they know how crafty that Orton and Wyatt can be. So yeah, like I think as well as I did, I just also picked those two to win the title. I knew Slater and
oh yeah, I was hoping so, man. Yeah, I like Orton and the Wyatt family. I was kind of skeptical at first, but he kind of fits there, and it helps Bray out. You know, it helps Bray Wyatt out, I think. Gives him a little rub. You know, he needs to work with the younger guys and try to get them over. So I'm used to it now. I like him in the Wyatt family right now. You know, it just took some couple of weeks to get used to, especially that segment they did where Orton's eyes were flashing red, like it was some kind of bad 80s graphics or something. But, yeah, that was – yeah, My guys won, so I'm happy with it.
Congrats to Bray Wyatt on his first title, man. He's been in wrestling, what, 2-3 years now?
Oh, that is his first title, ain't it?
Yeah, sad that it's not a singles title, but, you know, it's still congratulations. And you could tell for a brief second in that match when he stood there and he had the title, you know, in front of everybody, you could tell, even though he couldn't really make too big of a deal, that he was kind of glad to finally have a title. You know, you seen that kind of, just for a slight second, that glimpse of like, I finally done it. I finally got a title somehow. But then, you know, he draped it back across Luke Harper and went about his business. But it was good to see him for an instant, you know, just be glad to have a title, that he finally got a title after 3 years.
He deserves it. He deserves it because he cuts these really good promos, but he always loses the big matches. So it's a big win for him. It's just hasn't been booked right lately because he always loses the big matches. And it's finally nice to see him carry a title.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Orton with him is going to give him a good rub too. It's just a matter of time. You know, he's still a kind of new talent. I mean, he's been there a few years, but he's still young, and you know, he's got a lot of places to go. It's just WWE don't know what to do. That's why they keep him non-solo. They always bring him back with the family and whatnot. You know, he needs a faction, I think. Either that or turn him babyface eventually. Let the Wyatt family keep going a little while.
They should have made the Wyatt family version of him darker when he first came in and gave him a singles run. The John Cena steamroller is what sucked him up. The John Cena vacuum sucked Bray up. That's what derailed him from having that title, because he had an awesome title. He had an awesome run and stint with Cena, but then to get squashed like that with Cena, and then the matches he had with Dean Ambrose, those were good matches as well. So he's had some good matches. They just haven't booked him to win. He needs that push, especially with his little mini run again with the Undertaker at WrestleMania, which his knee was hurting in that matchup. Still, you need to if you're going to retire the Undertaker, let the man be the new face of fear, the new dark side guy. If you're going to do that, I think they need to do that and bring some kind of dark entity in with them, kind of like Paul Bearer was to the Undertaker. Have somebody like that to Bray, because Bray can talk. You just need that side piece that's dark side, like Paul Bearer was the Undertaker. Paul Bearer didn't need Undertaker didn't need Paul Bearer, neither did Kane. But he served his purpose of with him. So I think that
it made him creepier. It made the Undertaker creepier.
Exactly.
With Paul Bearer holding the urn, and it just made him creepier. A lot creepier.
Bring in Sister Abigail. Bring in a dark Sister Abigail, a dark woman that's a dark force, not a good-looking woman. Don't do like TNA did with Rosemary. Rosemary's hot. They just put makeup on her and make her look like she's scary, but she's hot underneath it all. So
that's kind of like Nia Jax. I mean, I know she's overweight, but she's not a bad-looking woman. She don't look like a real like an awesome Kong. She don't look like an awesome Kong.
Right.
She's too pretty. She's too pretty, you know? She don't have that snarl, that mean face to her.
I agree.
And she got like this poppy music that she has there. She needs to have some like thrash metal or something on Nia Jax. She's intimidating, but she could be more of a monster. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
She's just too pretty, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Then we had Nikki Bella come out there. She dyed her hair, or maybe that's her natural hair color. She came out there with the black hair ponytails, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, which Nikki Bella looks better, that one or the one where she's got her hair fixed? I think the one where she's got her hair fixed.
Yeah, I didn't get the braided pigtails. I didn't get that whole look.
I mean, it's kind of cute because she's like Hispanic or whatever, but or Latino, but I like her better with the other hair. The other hair just fits her, you know.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
She looks more wifey material with the hair and the soccer tits and all that. So then Cameron came out and Nikki got her revenge. That's all I can say about that disaster of a match. You know?
It was botched the move outside when Nikki Bella was trying to get her on the outside. She couldn't grab her, and then she's sitting on the ring. She's trying to power bomb her or something, and sets her literally back on the side of the ring. And then Carmella's supposedly tries to do a hurricane run and flips her, a scissor flips her over, and it was horrible. I'm surprised the fans didn't jump on it right then. Botches in that match.
That's Nikki Bella more than Cameron. I mean, Cameron's an NXT girl. She's still trying to adjust to the main roster. And then,
talking about Carmella?
Yeah, Carmella. Who did I say? Cameron. I get them mixed up. I get the C's mixed up. But Carmella, from NXT comes to the main roster, and she's going to have a few botches here and there. But Nikki Bella is no pro. She's gotten better over the years, but you put them two together, it's not going to work very well. Because she'll say, Nikki, I thought you were my mentor. She'll say, Carmella, I'm not that good. I just fucked the higher ups, I sucked my way to the top, that's all.
Yeah, but Carmella, she's with Big Cass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's dating Big Cass. That's how come she was the manager, of them when they were in NXT.
Lucky Cass, lucky dog.
She's
he better watch out. He better watch out, though. Nunzio, he might find her in that locker room. Say, how you doing?
You talking about Enzo?
Big Cass better watch out, man. He better watch out for Carmella. Let Enzio get around her and be like, how you doing? Big Cass, forget about it. How you doing, baby? I'm only 5'2", but so are you.
That's true. She was hollering through the match and doing, you can't see me. You can't see me.
Such a bitch. I love it. Yeah.
Exactly. Makes her good heel. She just needs to get a little more heat to her. She's already a good heel. She just needs to, because that irritating New York accent that she has, it's horrible, man. It makes you just not even want to hear. Like I told you last time, she was on there trying to talk. I just wanted to mute the TV until she quit talking. I just don't want to hear her talk.
Well, I could say that about Becky Lynch. She mumbles a lot.
She talks too deep. I'm going to win the race.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my women's title.
She's hot as crap, but she just talks.
It's a turn off, man. I understand that the WWE agents don't like her voice too much, because I don't care how attractive a woman is. The voice is kind of important. When they got that, it's just a turn off to me. That's when you just say, okay, just be quiet,
Could you imagine talking to her on the telephone, trying to have a conversation with her?
Yeah, I'd be like, huh? What? Huh? I sound like Stone Cold. I'm like, huh? What? What?
Brandon didn't want to do too cold. Yeah.
What?
It's horrible. Yeah, but I was glad that match got over with. Nikki Bella got that, I guess, the rack attack, whatever it was on her, but it was. I'm just glad that match was over with.
Yeah. Mamma mia! That was a nice finisher. He's a good commentator, but he trips me out. Mamma mia!
Come on, Morrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Morrow. Morrow's cool though.
Me too. Yeah. I just start laughing.
Corbin, class of society. It's like, wow.
Mamma mia! Yeah, he's like the modern JR in a way.
I like Morrow though, man. He knows his moves. He can tell a story. He just got that. Oh my goodness, kind of go to him. But I like Morrow.
Yeah, he sounds like he believes what he's saying. It makes you buy into it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what happened? What was the next match? The Ziggler.
The Ziggler match. Now I'll tell you, man. Honestly, go ahead and I'll give you just quick.
I skipped this match, ladies and gentlemen. I'm done with it. With that,
to me, just watching the match, it was a really good match they put on. Miz dominated it. Maurice didn't get no part in the match. Ziggler, Miz carried the match. The few matches Miz has been in lately, the Miz has been carrying the match. Win or lose, he's been carrying it. This was actually a really good ladder match. A lot of spots. Miz worked constantly on Ziggler's legs. Ziggler did get a couple high spots, but in the end, the Miz ended up getting the title. They had two ladders to the side of each other. where they were stepped up there. I thought it was really good back and forth. The Miz hurt a little bit of his leg, knee during the match, but he still went through it, made it, got the title because he got help limping to the back with Maurice. Because I said he kept telling her, "Come here," when he would get out the ring or when she would start to go over to let her know to help him out. Good matchup. They actually put on, and it's a good finish. He called everybody in the whole arena losers except him and Maurice, of course. But this was a good final chapter to the match, and I say I would give Miz an A for running this match. He basically carried Ziggler. Ziggler's a good worker, but I think the Miz really carried out this match.
Yeah, Miz is a great heel. He knows how to wrestle too, and Ziggler's a great.
He's a
bumper.
Worker. They both can work.
He's a good bumper.
Yeah, exactly.
Bump.
That's all it takes is when you get two good workers, they can work a match. As far as the feud, I'm glad it's over with, dude. I understand totally why you would skip out on this match. I would get tired of it like Sheamus and Randy Orton. Unlike Sheamus and Randy Orton, the fans actually were into this match. There was no kind of fall in between it, no kinds of, boring kind of stuff you were getting with it. It was actually a good, solid match. Miz and Dolph worked through. So I give him an A for the match. To me, aside from the main event, I think that was one of the best performed matches of the night. That's my top. That's my second best match of the night.
Yeah, I was actually filming a YouTube video in the meantime during that match, so that will be posted later on my channel, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll definitely go back and check the replay of that. So. Like when us YouTubers, we got to film when we get the urge. It's kind of like when in mating season, when you got a female, when you get the urge, you got to go ahead and do it. So I had the urge to go ahead and make a video. I said, let me go ahead and get out the way. By the time it's over with, Ziggler, Miz be out the door, and then we can move on to my baby Alexa Bliss coming out there. Whew, that's a nice one. I already gave my comments about that match with the inverted table spots, which I've never seen that before. It made me wonder if Alexa was a WWE fan growing up, because you get a lot of new talent that didn't really grow up as fans, some of them. Because I never seen that.
Well, they said Becky was in it for 10 years, but when they said it about Alexa, it really didn't say much. So I don't know.
Right.
She must not have been in it very long. Because I don't.
Yeah, because the commentator said, I don't think the table breaks that way. I was like, I don't know if she's trying to be creative or she's never seen a TLC before. I don't know.
With the women's matches, you expect botches in them. There wasn't that many, but I will say by far the Becky Lynch Alexa Bliss match was way better than the Nikki Bella match. And they
by a landslide.
Match and the kendo stick. I think that was good. I think the whole Nikki Bella match was stupid because she beat her using a fire extinguisher. I mean, come on, dude. Who wins the match spraying them with the fire extinguisher and then hitting the move and then that's the match? But I give Becky and Alexa props. I like Becky. I really like Becky. And I like Alexa too. She's beautiful. So it was a win-win for me either way who won. So, but I thought it was a way better match than the other women's match. It just didn't hold a candle to it, man. And I thought it was some good spots they did. And the power bomb through the table at the end was a good touch to it, though.
Yeah, because it was kind of like out of the blue, which makes sense in a tables match because anything can happen at any time because you had that table to your advantage. That's why I liked it. Was believable. Like boom, oh shit,
Right, because it happened outside rather than inside the ring.
Pushed her off the ring, and she went through the table on the outside. Made perfect sense in the table match because anything can happen with the table there. I like that spot. I thought that was a good finish. Very, very creative in a way because it was surprising. Yeah, at least to me.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen in the ring like a misfortune. But when Alexa slid down and she got between Becky's legs, I said, okay, something's going to happen here. And then when she ended up getting her and then she powerbombed her through it, I was like, that's the end of it there. But it was a nice touch to it because, like you said, they had it on the outside and not your typical inside matchup. So for them two to put on a table match when Nikki Bella can't, Nikki Bella can use the fire extinguisher to win. That's all it is.
Well,
yeah. Tell me about it.
It's kind of like when you hit me in the back with the World Heavyweight title
Yeah.
Everybody was surprised by it. It was a good finish like that, man. That was nice.
It was the build out of nowhere. I mean, that's what happened. Yeah.
So that was awesome. You just out of the blue, boom. Oh.
Yeah, did with the broom handle. I mean, that just made it all, beat
the shit out of me, man. I wish I sold it better, but I think we did pretty good.
That was the first ever one, yeah. So that was awesome. That's like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Link in the description on my channel. I'll throw it on here if you guys want to check it out. Team B Origins, when Bill and I were first hanging out.
Yeah.
Our first year or so. Yeah, we had our little wrestling match there. I was, being very egotistical at the time. I think I was like 24, 25, and very, very egotistical at the time. And Bill was the
friend that
he was the baby face, and he brought me back down to wash that ego that I so had in my head at the time.
Exactly. That
washed down ever since,
Got that cold shower that helped it out.
Yeah, because Bill and I, we didn't communicate for about 4 years because he was almost getting an engagement with his fiance, and at the time we didn't talk. So when we started back talking, he's like, "Brandon, you changed a lot. You seem like a really good person." I said, "Well, man, that water did a lot of stuff to me. You really. I'm still washed down from it. Still feeling the effects."
I said, "You evolved, man." I remember that words. I said, "You've evolved."
He turned me babyface that day.
Well, anything I can do to help, man. Hey, it's all good.
Yeah. So if his ego ever got swollen, I'll do the same thing.
Please do.
I'll do the Nikki Bella, the fire extinguisher. And maybe that bring his ego down that he so has in his head. But the main event.
Dun, dun, dun. Down to it, folks.
Dean Ambrose. I might get some negative feedback, but I don't like. I like Dean Ambrose. I just would like him better as a heel. He just reminds me of a B player Razor Ramon type. I just can't get into him that much. And I was cheering AJ Styles the whole time, and I think most of the crowd was too. But like I said, I like Dean Ambrose and his talent. I just think he'd be better as a Heath Slater. Not Heath Slater, but Heath Ledger Joker type, a bad guy. Okay, Dean Ambrose would have been great in the Attitude Era because he wants to be. He's the lunatic fringe in the PG era. What's he do that's so crazy? He fucks Renee Young. We all know it. I mean, I just think he'd be better as a heel in this era. Overall, the match was great. Had a lot of great spots in it, what you would expect. From the ladder through the announce table, AJ laid out. AJ doing some marvelous selling all in the match. Great match. And I'll let Bill speak on the ending here because I already said what I had to say about Ellsworth. Coming out there to help AJ when AJ had it won anyway. Yeah.
If I was to give you my opinion, if you watch my video on my channel, my prediction show, I actually called this match, and I told Brandon even off camera when he and I were talking that I felt like this was going to happen. I called this main event right down to the thing. I said, and go back and watch my prediction show if you haven't watched it. And I did say at the end, I said somehow James Ellsworth is going to cause Dean Ambrose that title. I just knew it. He had been helping Dean all this time, and Dean acted sort of shoddy to him the last couple of times they talked.
Right.
And then even on the show, he said it. So, Dean, AJ was down. Dean was up there destined to get the title. And then Ellsworth comes out there, and Ellsworth ends up. Dean goes through 2 tables, I think, set up on the outside. Or it might have been 3.
Yeah, 2.
And then he's holding his neck. He's telling AJ to get up. AJ gets up there, slowly goes up, like the champion that he is, and got the title. And he had.
Did you see Dean Ambrose laid out on the tables with his eyes wide open, just looking?
The whole time. And JBL was like,
he noticed the camera was on him, and he kind of closed his eyes a little bit. But he was like just looking, Hey, what's up?
JBL was like, when he wakes up from this, he'll be like, dude, he's already awake. I didn't see him.
He's sitting there looking at it. You know?
On this.
Right. Like, okay, just waiting. And yeah.
I think Ellsworth is right though, man. Even with the Ellsworth thing, I think I might have not every matchup. I think I had Miz keeping it. I had Becky Lynch losing. I think I actually called all my matches. I'm gonna go back on my prediction show and look, but if I'm not mistaken, I think I got all of my my choices right.
Yeah, predictable but decent pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think the matches
for a brand split B pay-per-view, I thought it was pretty good, especially the main event. The main event was awesome, and the women's match, Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch, and that was pretty good. And I would say the opening match, the opening match with the Wyatts, but it happened so quickly.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of like you're standing at the store and a car accident happens right beside them. You're like, what? Did that just happen? You know,
but they're all right.
On it. It's like Randy Orton comes in, RKO's Rhino, 1, 2, 3, that's the pin. I'm like, really? That's all? That's how it's going to happen?
That's because Randy Orton's a fucking superstar. That's why.
Randy's the man, the legend killer. He's going to be the Apex Predator, the Viper. He's all that stuff. He always
I know, man. I loved him back in Legacy, man, when he was the top heel before CM Punk was the top heel. That was some good times with Orton in Legacy. When he swift kicked Vince McMahon in the skull, he kissed Stephanie and RKO Shane.
He kicked Matt Hardy in his
appendix where it used to be.
Yeah.
That was some good stuff, you know, old school. That's why I'm hoping something would happen here with the Wyatt family, him and the Wyatt family.
Yeah, but they'll give him a little title. And there was some, and just say there was some rumblings that the Undertaker was supposedly going to come out at the end of the matchup. Or
I heard the chants. They're chanting for him.
Yeah, but he never did. That was what thing they said, big possible spoiler at Undertaker, because you know the Undertaker's going to feud with AJ at the Royal Rumble and go on to face Cena at WrestleMania. This might be where that title versus career thing might go, which I think, you know, unless he's going to go one more after this one, which it'd be what, 30, what is it, 35, 34? WrestleMania 33? No, the next one, not this upcoming one, but the one after. That's 30. It'll be 34. Won't it? This coming up is 33.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So
if Taker's going to wrestle at the Rumble, he's going to be at Mania in the same year. But I think he's going to take the belt from AJ and feud with John Cena. That's just a very out of the park prediction, I guess.
I've seen that somewhere else too.
Because you always hear about John Cena and Undertaker having a match at Mania, so Taker could win the title at Rumble and set up a title match. Because they need some kind of gimmick in the match to make it more interesting if it's Cena and Taker at Mania. So throw the title in there. And it could be, and Cena will win, and it'll be Cena's 16th title win, tying Ric Flair. See, it makes sense. You know,
right, but what's going to do about an Undertaker, man? I mean, is he going to?
I don't know. I mean, because that could be his last match, I guess.
But they have to make a stipulation.
I'm just saying it makes sense for Cena. It just makes sense for Cena. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying it makes sense for them to go that route.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I'd rather see AJ Styles and Cena at Mania, possibly. I mean, even though we've seen it 1,000 times, but not at WrestleMania, or a triple threat. Who knows?
Well, if I see AJ and Undertaker, I don't want it to be just 1 month and then done.
Yeah. You don't
good for that to happen. AJ's a good heel. Undertaker's a good face, and you want him to go out. So I can't see them going the route of and you know, I'm not saying that they not disagree with them, but I said I just in my mind I cannot imagine that they would not want to do more than 1 month feud with AJ and the Undertaker. That's just 2 months at least, screaming out for them.
Yeah, but what if Cena wins the Rumble or wins the Elimination Chamber? They'll change it up then. You know, you got to keep that in mind too.
Yeah, because
I won the Royal Rumble. Therefore, I'll go after the world champion, not the universe, because that's too big.
Goldberg and Lesnar's going to headline WrestleMania. You know that.
I think that'd be one of the main events. I don't think it's going to be the very last match. It could be, but I hope not. Now that you bring it up, I hope not. I think that's like your middle match. You know?
Yeah, that's your if it's a 4-hour event, it starts at 7. That's your 10 o'clock main event, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's like right before the main event.
Yeah, that's your 10 o'clock.
That's going to be one of the 3 main events or something. I mean, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But thanks for checking out our pay-per-view recap. I'm Brandon, joined by
Bill
my
Mackey.
co-host Bill. All right. Y'all take care.
Take it easy.